ઓકે સો નમસ્કાર, સ્વાગત કરીએ છીએ આપ સૌનું સુરતી ખબરીલાલ પર અને લઈને આવ્યા છીએ આપ સૌ માટે આજનું આ સેશન જેમાં આપણે વાત કરીશું એડ્યુકેશન વિશે, શિક્ષણના બદલાતા પ્રવાહો વિશે અને એનાથી પણ વધારે નવી સ્ટાઇલ વિશે. અને આપણી સાથે જોડાયા છે અહીં ડોક્ટર જીઆર શિवाकुमार सर कि जो ताप्ती वैली इंटरनेशनल स्कूल ना आचार्य है। सर सबसे पहले तो आपका स्वागत करते हैं आज के हमारे इस शो में। साथ ही आपका जो एक रवैया है उस बारे में हम ये जानना चाहते हैं सर। वैसे तो मैंने आपके ब्लॉग पे पढ़ा ही है कि आपकी पढ़ाई कहाँ कंप्लीट हुई, आपने कहाँ कहाँ से एजुकेशन लिया, पर हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि सर आपका जो बचपन से लेके अभी तक का जो टाइम है उसमें बेस्ट पार्ट कौन सा था और क्यों था?
The best part of my life is with children, and I really love being with children and enjoying with children. That's why I'm in education, in school education especially. It was an accident coming into school education because I was after my graduation I was interested in philosophy, and I was attracted towards the philosophy of Rajneesh and J. Krishnamurti. So because of that, I joined a school called Blue Mountain School,
Mm-hmm.
which is and that's got a completely different philosophy. And so we did a lot of experiments in education. That's how I
Okay.
came into education. And after that I got trained as a teacher. Before that, I did just an experiment, and then I found that this doesn't work that way. You can't do radical. The extremes are very dangerous. Full
Mm-hmm.
freedom is also dangerous, and too much of regimentation is also dangerous. So you have to balance out somewhere in between, because our children have to go into the real world ultimately. So that's my journey. That's how I started in education. And after that, I went on to build one of the famous schools in Surat. And then after that, right now, I'm in Tapti Valley International School. But the best part is my job. I enjoy my job thoroughly with children. Uh, that's it.
ओके सर, मुझे ये जानना था कि वैसे तो आप एजुकेशन में बरसों से हैं, आपका यूं कह सकते हैं एक पूरा मतलब पूरा एरा आपका उसमें चला गया। तो सर आज तक कोरोना ने जैसा ब्रेक मारा है वैसा ब्रेक कभी लगा था, इतना लंबा ब्रेक या इस तरह का ब्रेक जहां पे हमें पूरा सिस्टम चेंज करने पे मजबूर हो जाना पड़े?
Right. So this is not something which everyone is saying that this is very difficult. This is completely changing our life. Actually, let me tell you one thing. Before I
हम्म।
give any solution to this, let me put a rider there. There
हम्म।
is nothing which is as good as a live class being with children in the day to day in a school. There is nothing
हम्म।
which can, there is no, we are talking about solutions, but we are
हम्म।
talking about solutions in the context. We are not talking about ideal situations here. Ideal
हम्म।
situations today is summer solstice. Today is the longest day. I would have
ओके।
loved to show the children, and we've been doing this all the time with children in any school. So I've been showing them how the sun moves northward, and today it will make a turn. Tomorrow onwards, it will start moving down. And when children see it, the understanding is excellent. So nothing can beat that. Actually, seeing the sun, seeing the sky, nothing can beat that. Any kind of virtual thing will not be, the experience will not be equivalent to actually seeing it. So this is one thing. Let us be very clear about this. Now, coming to the corona thing, there have been, let me just give you a small example. Earlier families, there were six brothers, seven brothers, two, three sisters, our grandparents I'm talking about. They
ओके।
are all successful. There was nothing over there. There was no counseling. There was nothing. They all grew. There was
हम्म।
not so much attention. But still, all our children were successful. All our parents were all very successful. And they did not get this kind of attention that our children are getting. Am I, correct me if I'm wrong. Then later, what happened? They said two children. Okay, every family had two children, and still we survived. No problem at all. Then the concept came one child per family, nuclear family. Still, there was so much of attention. Still, we evolved as a human race, as a society. We evolved. And now there is a new situation. That's all. There is nothing else to it. And I'm sure that our children will adapt to it. Our children are very, very smart, and they will adapt to any kind of situation. It is the adults who are actually confused. It is we who are confused. Our children will settle down with any. I bet you, and they have more solutions than us. You take any.
ट्रू। ट्रू।
I've done this experiment in many of the meetings with parents. 300 parents. I asked parents, they say that this technology is very harmful. How do we control it and all those things? So I
Mhm.
asked them a very simple question: how many of you use mobile phones, right? And how many
Hmm.
children? How many of your children? These are 3-year-old children. How many of your children use mobile phones? Then they
Okay.
said all of them, 99% will use. And I asked them. My next question is: did you teach them how to use it? No, we didn't teach them how to use, but they can use it. So they belong to the digital age. Our children are fully capable of adapting themselves to the situation. Now, this corona thing is a new thing for us, and it
Hmm.
is a blessing in disguise, actually. And it's not as if
Hmm.
that we were not ready for it. Actually, in schools, everybody were ready for it. I'm telling you this. We did not know that this is going to happen, and that is why we were able to manage. Let me give you an example. Before that, we were training teachers day and night. So many training programs were happening in Google Classes, in Microsoft, in all sorts of technology. And
Hmm.
teachers were using it. Those who were interested were using it. Others were not using it. The day
Hmm.
the lockdown happened, within 2-3 days, all the teachers started using technology as if it was there before. And even see, what has happened is we just threw them into the water and they had to survive. So they swam and came out.
True. True.
And
True.
now
True.
I'm seeing that everyone has started using technology. Even the teacher who was not using technology, the Gujarati teachers, the Hindi teachers, they are the best ones now. They have found ways of using technology better than us. And the solutions which are coming are excellent. So during the meet last week, I spoke to I keep meeting teachers. So I asked them, maths teachers especially, how do you handle this situation? Because maths ke liye you have to write on the board and you have to solve the
True.
problem.
True. True.
So somebody was saying that I use a tab and I'm doing it. Another teacher said, "Sir, I can't do all those things." So I put up a whiteboard behind me, small whiteboard. My daughter is in nursery class, so in that I do, and I face the camera. And so many solutions. Somebody is saying I'm putting it on my chair this way, and I'm focusing the camera here, and I'm. So the solutions that an Indian teacher can find are amazing because we are built for it. We can find
Okay.
solutions, and when the need comes, teachers will find solutions. Of course, we will learn. It is a learning process. I'll give you another example. There are a lot of disciplinary problems. Now, these classes are happening in all schools. Everyone is doing. Most of the schools are doing it. Of course, there
Hmm.
are concerns. We'll come to that. But most of the schools are doing it. And one of the things what students do is they are sleeping and they're attending class. They are eating their breakfast, lunch, and they're attending class. And they're putting their camera off. They're present, and then they're doing
Okay.
whatever they want. So all these kind of and parents are very, very upset and very concerned about this. How do I do? Some parents suggested to me that, sir, you should make them sit with the uniform and then take the class at home. So all sorts of suggestions will come, and we will learn, and we will learn, and we'll find a solution to all our problems. That's how human races have evolved. When there is a need, necessity is the mother of all invention. And when there is a necessity, we will evolve. So there is nothing to be really. I'm not saying that the virus is not dangerous. Of course, that is a different story. But we should
Hmm.
give too much of attention to where we are going. Will we be able? We will find solutions. There are so many solutions that human beings can find. They have found. And this is another phase where our creative juices are all at play. Everyone is talking about this. How will we do this? And it seems like some of them are confusing us by their solutions even before things have happened. And nobody knows, nobody is an expert on this matter. Let me tell you this: whether it is the information technology minister, or whether the prime minister, or you, or me, or all of us know nearly the same thing. Maybe they have a little more information more than us. Otherwise, the solutions we know are all the same. And we have to wait and see where this is taking us. And on a day to day basis, we are evolving and we are finding solutions. And parents are finding solutions. And the feedback is coming from parents, the feedback is coming from teachers, the feedback is coming from media people, feedback is coming from everywhere. And we need to do what is good for our children. And the best thing is we have to see how our children react to that. And that's how we are going to take it forward. This pandemic has not done anything. Of course, it has done bad in sense that it has affected a lot of people. But as far as our children are concerned, they will adapt themselves to any kind of situation. Adults may not be. Sushant Singh Rajput could not have handled it. But I am telling you, a child who's studying in a school can handle it because his life is like that. He is adapting himself to the parent, to the changing parent, to the grandparent, the teacher in school, to the principal in school, so many people, his friends, So he's used to adapting himself and adjusting himself to that. And this is just another phase of human race, and we will get through it, hopefully for the better, and we will be successful. I don't think we should worry too much about this thing. Yes.
सर बात आती है कि सबका कंसर्न जब आता है ना तो उस पे होता था एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम कहाँ आया है साइकोलॉजिकल वो बताते हैं कि पेरेंट्स का जो मोबाइल हुआ करता था वो अब बच्चों के लिए घर पे रख के जाना पड़ता है बिकॉज उनके ऑनलाइन क्लासेस चलते हैं सो वो पेरेंट्स का जो मोबाइल चला गया और उसमें जो जिस चीज से हम दूर भगाते थे उसी चीज को अब सौंपना पड़ा है कि भाई पढ़ाई के लिए ये जरूरी है अभी सो एक एडिक्शन जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं इसमें इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो जाएगा सर ऐसा डर नहीं लगता है कि बच्चे जो हैं वो मोबाइल पे ही पढ़ना शुरू कर देंगे वो बोलेंगे मुझे स्कूल नहीं जाना है मुझे इसी पे पढ़ना है
So I'll take you back to history. When paper was invented and we were writing on paper, even at that time this was happening. Children were making paper planes and throwing it. They were playing ball with the paper, ordinary paper which we are writing on. This was happening. Any new technology, that was a technology at that time. When it comes, people will misuse it. But then the solution is not to take them away from that technology. You have to make them responsible users of that technology. And once, even now you can play with the paper, but you're now, no child is playing. They know that this is serious stuff, this is meant for this. So there will come a stage. We have to educate our children. We have to educate our parents. Now, banning something is not the solution to anything. We have to become responsible users because, and especially our children. And I'm seeing this happen in the last 2 months. More than the senior students, the little ones, when we say put the mic off, everyone is putting the mic off. Now parents are not helping at all. They are putting it. Grade 2, grade 3 students, they are most well disciplined because they know that this is not to be done. When I switch on my mic, everybody is disturbed. Once, twice, thrice, you have to tell them, you have to, because they are not used to it. And once you do that, it will happen. The same thing with technology. The thing with technology is that we are too worried about it. And there are so many questions which are arising. And let me tell you, there is no, you can ask any doctor, anybody, there is no proper data on this matter. There is no research done. How many hours a child should watch? Everybody is watching on the TV. Everybody is watching the TV. Whether you're watching the computer or the TV, it is the same. There is research. Research says that age 3 and below should not passively sit in front of the parent. They have to engage. So that leads to their communication skills being blocked. So later on, there's a research paper on that. So those things are there, but there is nothing which says all the thing. When I went to the doctor, we have to watch the computer. What about the adults? We have to see. We have to type. Our work is mostly on that. So when I met some of the ophthalmologists, all they said is, please keep blinking your eye every time you're watching the screen. Don't be static. Don't keep watching straight away. And when I asked, is there any data to prove that these are detrimental to your eyes? There is now no proper research on this matter. Anyone can check it up. If there are people have information, let them tell us. So it's not, we are too worried about a lot of things. Where we actually have to worry, we are not worrying. But where we don't have to worry, we are putting in too much of effort. And technology is one thing where all we need to do is get them to become responsible users. That's all, nothing else. And our children will be more responsible than the adults. I can assure you that. I've been with children for the last 25, 30 years now. And I'll tell you, if I have to do something, I don't tell the teachers, I don't tell the parents, I just tell the child, he will do it. If I want to make changes, they are the best people to do it. Yes, sir.
वाओ सुपर एक्चुअली इसमें होता है ऐसा है ना सर कि बदलाव जो है चेंज जो है वो हमें बच्चे में लाना है पर खुद में नहीं लाना है वहां पे ये सारी दिक्कत जो है वो आके खड़ी हो जाती है और इसी की वजह से जो है वो सारे बहुत सारे ये वरीड होना जो एक है ये साइकोलॉजिकल बैकलॉग में चलता रहता है सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में सर एक चीज ये पूछनी थी कि कोरोना को लेकर जो भी अभी सिचुएशन क्रिएट हुई है बच्चों का एक अच्छा वेकेशन जो है अच्छा लंबा चौड़ा वेकेशन गया अभी अगर जो बच्चे घर पे हैं उनको बाहर नहीं जाने दे सकते तो कौन कौन सी एक्टिविटी है जिसमें उनको अगर हम इन्वॉल्व रखते हैं खुद भी इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं तो उनका भी लर्निंग होगा साथ साथ में हमारा भी लर्निंग हो
So the thing is, a lot of activities can be done. Today, let's say it is International Yoga Day. So I was watching from school. We were the sports department was doing the live session on Facebook, and I saw that at least 200 people were involved in that. This is the data I am having, and their children are there. and they are doing it. And most of them are younger children actually. Interestingly,
Okay.
most of them are from the lower classes. They're primary children who are involved in this. So everything is possible. Music, keyboard. There's a class for keyboard off class. Those who have keyboard can join. They are enjoying it. New children, this is a great, look at it in a positive manner. This is a great opportunity for learning. So only thing is you have to structure it in a way that children will benefit out of it. No useless stuff happening over there. Just doing one-to-one talking will not help. You have to do something. And the interesting thing about this is that you are constantly focused. When I'm looking at you, my thoughts are only with you. When you look at a screen, you're with you. In a classroom, you're diverted. Actually, I'm not saying classroom is bad. That's the ultimate thing. Right now, given the situation, look at it positively, because you can do lots of activities. This is just an art and craft. Even experiments done in the lab. I've heard children tell me that, sir, ma'am is teaching better. She's doing her teaching is better online than in the class. So, because the teacher, this is a fact, I'm not joking. This I've heard this from
Seriously.
students. Seriously, because the teacher is also concerned because she's there in the public view. So she gives her best,
Okay.
and children are also taking in the best. This is a comment from a student. I'm not lying, and this is
Okay.
a fact. So it goes to that extent. So when we are, and there are so many examples in higher education. Now we have to bring it down to
Mm-hmm.
our school education. That's all. There is a difference. There are courses like Coursera, Udemy, the great courses where internationally acclaimed professors are giving you courses. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. So already examples exist, and learning for people like me, like adults, happens through that platform. Now we are coming one step below. We are bringing it to our children, to schools. That's all. That's all. And adaptation is not an issue. I'm seeing it day in and day out. I'm seeing the kind of things which are happening and the kind of learning which is happening. We have to tune our teaching according to that. What is required, based on that, you tune your teaching. The problem is with us adults. Again, I'm telling this, whether it is parents, because we are not used to being with our children for such long hours. Before that, we were sending them off to tuition or to school or wherever it is. Right now, we have to spend more time with our children. The best thing which is happening is families are getting to know more about their children. Children are getting to know more about their families. And you look at it positively. Any kind of activity can be done, except maybe the practical. This is what the dance teacher told me yesterday when I had a meet with her. In grade 12, we have dance as a subject, music as a subject, art as a subject.
Mm-hmm.
These teachers were telling me that there is an issue with the practical classes. Can we go to school and call the children? I said, no, not right now. But there are issues with practically teaching them certain things, especially with senior students, because the board recommends certain things. How do I do a chemistry experiment? Unless I do it, I will not understand it. So teacher can show n number of time, demonstration can be done, but understanding it will happen unless the child does it. He or she may not be able to understand it. So there are
True.
issues over here, and even for this, some people have found some virtual solutions, but I don't think that's the ultimate solution. We need to wait for this to change. That's what I started with the writer, that we need to. There is nothing like a class, direct class, where face to face we meet students. There's nothing like that. That's the ideal situation. But given this situation of this coronavirus and us being at home, still we can do a lot of work. We can do a lot of work. I've seen music classes happening well, keyboard classes are happening, children are learning, teachers are teaching. In fact, it's more effective actually. One-to-one, there's a lot of interaction with teachers.
Hmm. Hmm.
And any activity can be done, but there are limitations to that. Everything's got own limitations.
ओके
Yes, Mr.
सर, आपने अपने ब्लॉग पे टेड वीडियोस जो हैं वो शेयर किए हैं, जिसमें टेड
Yeah.
टेड टॉक जो है वो आप फॉलो करते हैं, जिसमें सबसे पहला ही जो टॉपिक था वो था कैन रॉबिन्सन का, कि स्कूल्स जो हैं वो बच्चों की क्रिएटिविटी को खत्म करते हैं. सो इसे थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन कीजिए, एलोबरेट कीजिए कि आपका एक्सपीरियंस क्या कहता है, किस तरह से स्कूल्स जो हैं वो बच्चों की क्रिएटिविटी के साथ खिलवाड़ करते हैं और उसे खत्म करते हैं.
Yes. So what is happening is with our system, with our education system, children are born creative. Slowly they come to you. You can take the average school timetable. I'll give you a challenge. You take any school's timetable and you will see this. When you go to the lower class, there will be art, music, dance, everything will be done. And in lower class, mainly art, they will draw the sun, the moon, the landscape, everything they will draw. As they
Hmm.
go up, slowly that class, the music class, the dance class, the art class becomes secondary. There will be
Hmm.
surely maths, there will be surely language. These two will be given more, six periods, eight periods will be there. But for all
True,
these
true.
other subjects, and suppose somebody wants to remove some class from there, that first thing will, casualty will be art or music or dance or these classes.
Sports.
And
Hmm.
slowly we shut down their creativity. We slowly shut down the child's creativity. And then when they finish their graduation and when they want to get into IIM and they want to write CAT, we send them for coaching classes to become creative. This is what is happening actually. We have taken away the creativity, and then after that, after they finish their graduation, we want them to be. So that's a sad part of our system actually.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
music
Hmm.
is important. There is so much you can learn. I insist that every child should learn at least one music instrument. There is so much of coordination. If anybody has played an instrument, you will know that you have to, suppose you're playing the violin, I have to think about where I put my finger, how I bow the violin, which place there's no fret over there. And then I have to read the notes. So many things are
True.
happening at one time. So you don't need to train them by rote learning what is there in the textbook. If they learn one instrument, so many skills are involved in that. Then when they learn something else, that can be transferred, that those skills which he's learned can be transferred to other things. And let me tell you one more thing very interesting. I have learned more from students than anybody else, more from younger students, from their
Wow.
questions. I'll give you small examples. I used to take them for bird watching in around Surat. We have more than 200, 300
Hmm.
species
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
birds visiting as well as
Hmm.
around Surat. So whenever I take them
Okay.
in small groups. The questions come as, sir, why do birds lay eggs and human beings give babies? This is a grade six child asking.
Okay.
Now, if I say that this is a foolish question, you'll go
Okay.
into the senior class, you'll understand. That is one way of dealing with the problem. The other thing is, actually, it is a fantastic question.
Okay.
The simple thing is, what do birds have to do?
True.
They have to fly.
किसी ने सोचा
Uh,
नहीं है इसके बारे में.
yes. So they have to fly.
Yeah.
If they have to fly, then they have to be light. So they can't carry the baby and keep flying. So nature has devised a way where they can put their baby down and take care of the baby while they go around taking the thing. So this is a very thought-provoking. Next
Wow.
question, sir. Birds I've seen they don't drink water. I've seen birds drinking water or urinating. This is a question from a child, huh? Standard. They're not urinating or another boy is giving the answer. Hey, no. I've seen they drink water. I've seen. Then another boy is telling me,
Okay.
actually, it's a fantastic observation by these children. Actually, birds do not have a separate urinary bladder and a separate place for the fecal matter to be processed. In fact, birds have only one bladder. That's called the cloaca. And in that, the urinary, the fecal matter, as well as all three happen in the same place. Why nature is devised?
Okay.
Again, because they have to be light. And you must have seen birds
Uh-huh.
pooping all over the place because they can't carry that waste matter and go around. They have to be light.
Uh-huh.
So these kind of, you see how much of learning has happened over there just by listening to the questions. The problem is we don't listen to our children. We think that
True.
they are asking silly questions, but their
Mhm.
questions are immensely thought provoking. The day we start listening to our children, most of the problems will be solved. This is my, from my experience, I can tell you so much. So amazing questions they can ask. Sir, do birds have teeth? Many adults would have thought about that. Why they don't have teeth? So the very interesting question. Do birds sleep? I have not seen a
Okay.
bird sleep. Do birds sleep? So all sorts of there are answers to this. I found answers to all these questions. Amazing answers to amazing questions asked by grade 6, 5, 6, 7 students. So
Wow.
the only way we can keep them creative, all we need to do is just listen to them and don't give so much of importance to these examinations. And you would have seen, you take all the toppers who have passed out from any state, the top, whoever was the topper, you find out what they're doing in their life. They might be
True.
working somewhere or doing something, but the guy who spent around 10 to 20% of his time doing other interesting things, he would have been the most successful person. You can check it up if the data is there, right? Yes, me.
Yep. फैंटास्टिक सर, फैंटास्टिक। अच्छा सर, आप ब्लॉग लिखते हैं, कौन सा सब्जेक्ट पर्टिकुलरली आपका बहुत फेवरेट है एजुकेशन को छोड़ के सर? उसके अलावा और कौन सा सब्जेक्ट है जिसमें आपको बहुत इंटरेस्ट
I am interested in a lot of things. I'm interested in life.
है?
Because we are the only species, okay,
हाँ,
who can listen to music, who can speak, who can communicate so well, who can adapt to any environment. You can take any other species. You can find human beings in Antarctica. You might find them in hot Africa. You can find them anywhere. But
ट्रू।
other animals will live only in a particular kind of an environment, right? And we can listen to music, we can enjoy music, we have a voice, we can sing, we can enjoy. So my interests are in various areas, so I won't limit myself to one area. The problem is with time, but otherwise I'm interested in anything: music, drama. I used to run a Shakespeare society at DPS when I
या
was there
ट्रू।
principal, right? And you will be surprised, grade 9 students were doing a full length 1.5 2 hour Shakespeare play, full fledged, and their
या
performance could be compared with professional actors. They were so good. And our children are capable. My point is, what I want to prove is our children are capable of doing it. Only thing is the opportunities we have to give them. We have to provide them with the opportunities, and they will get along well with anything. As far as your question on blogs is concerned, I write most of the time as principals. We are simply writing circulars to parents, nothing much. So that's a break away from that. You're just constantly communicating
That's
with parents, and you become more of a clerk than anything else. Your mind stops working. So creative thing to have to do somewhere. You have to find an outlet to enjoy yourself, to play an musical instrument, or go out and check out photography. I'm interested in photography, so
true.
I've recorded. There's a blog on birds around Surat. So for children, I've written how to identify birds, where in Surat you'll find the birds. I've listed all those birds and made it simpler for them. These are all. There are so many areas. I'm interested in astronomy. Every winter, I spend at least 10 to 15 days with children on the school terrace in small batches with the telescope,
Wow.
showing them the sky and orienting them towards that. The point which is I'm trying to make is children have stopped looking around. We have become very obsessed with just being within ourselves and we don't look outside. We don't even see who's there, who's coming in, who's going out. We are living in our own world. So we should look out. Observation is very important. And what will happen is when I observe a bird and find out how it is behaving, or when I'm observing the sky and finding out how the sun is moving. For instance, we were doing some solstice thing from my assembly point where I take assembly. Every day I used to show them how the shadow moves from south to north. And today it would have reached the northernmost point, and the shadows have been in the southernmost side. And from tomorrow onwards, the sun will start moving southwards. And just
Okay.
looking at this and observe it, there is no learning comparable, no textbook, no virtual classroom can teach all these things. This is to be experienced. And being a human being, we should experience this life in its full entirety. And every child should be given an opportunity to experience this life, and our education should enable this. Sadly, it's not happening in most of the cases. Children miss out because of school pressure or parental pressure or society pressure. I think we should give them a chance to live their life fully and enjoy every aspect of being a human being on this beautiful planet Earth. Yes, Nephi.
सर, एक सवाल ये था कि आफ्टर कोरोना पैंडेमिक लाइफ में, बच्चों की लाइफ में, टीचर्स की लाइफ में, स्कूल की लाइफ में क्या क्या हैबिचुअल चेंजेस आएंगे, या फिर यूँ कहते हैं कि कौन सी लाइफस्टाइल है जिसमें थोड़े चेंजेस होने के चांसेस ज्यादा हैं? अब क्या बदल जाएगा? क्योंकि कोरोना ने जो इफेक्ट किया है वो इफेक्ट थोड़ा ज्यादा कहते हैं जोर से किया है, तो उसकी
Yeah.
वजह से बहुत सारी चीजें जो हैं वो साइकोलॉजिकली इफेक्ट करके अब हमारे दिमाग में घर कर गई हैं। बिकॉज कहते हैं कि 21 डेज अगर आप एक चीज को, हैबिट को फॉलो करते हैं तो वो आपकी हैबिट बन जाती है, एक्टिविटी को 90 डेज करते हैं तो आपकी लाइफस्टाइल बन जाती है। पर मोर देन दैट हमने टाइम बिताया है कोरोना के साथ, और उसके साथ हमने जो एक सोशल डिस्टेंस सबके साथ जो बन गया है, उसके बाद जो सिचुएशंस अब क्रिएट होंगी उस पे आपका नजरिया क्या है सर, स्कूल लाइफ को लेकर?
First of all, let me tell you honestly, if you ask this question to anyone, nobody knows the answer to this. Simple reason is we haven't been in this situation before. So that's the first
Okay.
thing. So this is the wild guess I'm taking. And I'm thinking that it will be normal as soon as the vaccine is found and a medicine is found. It's like any
True.
other flu, most probably. But even otherwise, what are the changes which have happened to them? Children have got used to it, parents have got used to it. As I'm telling you, initially people were little hesitant. Parents were waiting that, okay, school will start and then we will see. Now I see slowly everyone is going to the school and taking the stationery and everything. More people are going and taking because they know that, okay, this is how life is going to be now. And even
Okay.
now, there are some parents who believe that it will not happen. So they're still waiting. There are some who are still waiting, but majority of them have got adapted to the life over here. And they are also finding solutions. They are putting forward questions for solutions. Now, the biggest confusion is the government has not come out with the clear-cut guidelines on this. Especially the government of Gujarat has not come out with a clear-cut guideline of this. And we are waiting. This,
Okay.
I think, in the next week or so, they're going to come out with guidelines as to how the classes. See, there are two things over here. I might say that this is good for my children. I want to do it, but also have to see what the law says. The law of the land says. So if experts they've decided that this is how it is going to be, you are going to have 1 hour of class for kindergarten, 2 hours. So whatever guidelines are there, they're going to come out with that very shortly, and we are anxiously waiting for those guidelines. And once those guidelines come, then again we have to fine tune ourselves according to that. So there is no one question to answer to this question, but I think we are. All I can tell you is we are capable of adapting to any situation, and we've seen this happen beautifully. Everyone has stayed at home. They've made them sit inside the house, not even gone outside the gates of their homes. People have gone to that extent. So beyond that, what other adjustment can be there? We can handle anything else now. We are
Okay.
trained. The 2 months have trained us for anything else in life.
So
Yes,
sir,
Mr.
कोरोना ने आपको क्या सिखाया during those days मतलब में?
Corona is, you see, the thing is, it's very interesting. What it has taught me is human beings are capable of doing anything. It's a myth that Indians are not very, they don't follow the rules. Everyone had to follow. When you show them the stick, everybody is inside. Nobody
It's
goes
true,
out.
true.
Yes, that's the greatest learning over here. Don't say that we are Indians, we cannot do this. We can do anything.
Okay,
Everyone can do anything. That's the
true.
greatest learning over here. What
Okay,
happened, what will happen, that's a different thing. But what is important is we need to stay positive. We need to stay positive. It's very, very important to stay positive. We shouldn't give up. There is nothing to give up. We are capable. And I told you, we are the species which can adapt to anything. And you think about that. Instead of giving up on things and saying, okay, this will not happen, this will not happen, my business will not work. This is just a temporary phase. It's a testing time for us. So it's very, very important that all of us are positive and think about positive things only. Look at the positive things. Don't keep thinking about the negative things. The more negative things you think about, you will become negative. So let's be positive on this thing. And I'm sure 100% we will come out of this. We'll come out of this. Lots of learnings are there from this. We will become better human beings. Already people have become better human beings. You won't believe it. People have helped each other so much and they've gotten better. So there are so many
true.
learnings over there. I know some stingy people who don't even spend a single pie outside their thing. Even they have helped people. And I know this personally, and they have helped people. And the situation is such, and suddenly you have realized that what is the point of having everything else in my life? I am inside these four walls in this house. I can't go out. So what is the point? So that itself is a great realization for a lot of people, and that's the best thing over here. And my point is, let's all stay positive. That's the key thing over here. Yes, Mr. Mittal.
सुपर सुपर सो सर लास्टली आपसे एक ही सवाल रहेगा कि लास्ट में जो पेरेंट्स बहुत पैनिक हो रहे हैं बच्चों की पढ़ाई को लेकर या फिर बहुत ज्यादा या वो कॉन्शियस हैं कि भाई क्या होगा कैसे होगा एंड ऑल सो उनको क्या रामबाण इलाज आप देना चाहेंगे एक एजुकेशनिस्ट के नाते
The first thing is, please do not worry about children. Even if you drop out a whole year, children have learnt a lot which their teachers could not teach. Teachers have told them,
ओके
wash your hand, wash your hand. Nobody listens. But now Corona has taught us to wash our hands properly. Corona has taught us to be hygienic. Corona has taught us how to maintain social distance. So many things we have learned. Corona has taught us how to live within a family for days together. Forget, people didn't want to stay with each other for the whole day. Now you have
ट्रू
learned to live for days together. So there are a lot of learnings over here. The academic part can be taken care of. basic things you can take care of. Reading can be done. Lot now with the, because we are a generation which is blessed with the internet. Right
Okay.
now, we are all meeting, doing it. If this would have happened 50 years ago, I can guess what would have been the condition. But now, with the internet and all the resources are available to us at home, and even virtually, people are traveling. You take Google Earth, you can go to any part of the world and check out what is actually happening. You don't have
True.
to necessarily sit over there. So find interesting ways of educating your children, keeping them alive. And the most important thing is, don't worry about the academic bit of it. That will be taken care of whichever school you are. Even if you don't have access to internet, I'm telling you, till our children can adapt themselves, they will come out of it. And this is a temporary phase, 6 months, 1 year, I don't know how long, but nobody knows how long. But just keep staying positive and keep doing what you can do. That's very important. And keep your thoughts positive. That's the key thing, which, especially with your children, and the don't worry unduly about what's going to happen to my child in future. 1 year in your life doesn't matter. We have spent so many days wasting our life doing this and that, which is of no use. And this is a great learning for us. And this is what my request to the parents is: just stay positive. That's the key thing over here. And learning is happening. If at all any academics have been lost, that will be whichever school you are. My only concern is with this thing, if it prolongs, I'll just tell you one concern I have.
Mhm.
In this country of 1.3 billion people, only half of them have got internet connectivity. That's a very, very worrying thing. So we might think, as a middle class person, I might think that, oh, it's easy thing, we can do it. But it's not like that. Just think
True.
about the person who's not having this connection. There are only, the data says that 600 million will be reached by 2021. We are nowhere there. We are, I think, around 500 million we've reached right now, connections. And the remaining more than half of the population doesn't have internet connectivity. So
True.
there are concerns. There are concerns. Students who go to government schools, go to schools in villages where they don't have the facility. So we need to worry about those people. The rest of us are very well off. We can take care of everything. And my suggestion is, we need to think, the government needs to think, people, society needs to think about what will happen to those children. They should miss out on things. So how do we increase the infrastructure for them? How do we get those children to be on board if this situation prolongs? That should be the focus. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दिस वंडरफुल कन्वर्सेशन एंड बहुत सारी जानकारी आपसे मिली एंड आई होप सारे पेरेंट्स को बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा. थैंक यू सर,
Once again,
थैंक यू सो मच.
thank you. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू.